Big news today. The moron Kevin McCarthy, Speaker of the House, announces that there's going to be an impeachment inquiry. Not an impeachment, but an impeachment inquiry. So mark my words, the Republicans will drag this out for the 2024 election, attempt to weaken Joe Biden, and that'll be it. And he will get off scot-free in terms of the Republicans. But he won't get off scot-free from your Freedom Watch, because he already was indicted, he was convicted, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison along with his son and his brother James, and we will be petitioning law enforcement to carry that out and do what is in effect a citizen's arrest, but it'll be done by law enforcement, we trust, and hopefully he'll be thrown in prison where he belongs. Now let's talk about another criminal act of Joe Biden today. He agreed with Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, to release 60 billion, hear that, 60 billion frozen assets in the United States to Iran to release just 5 Iranian prisoners back to the US. Presumably they're Iranian Americans. Well, it's a good idea to get them out, but you don't get them out by paying $60 billion, and that will encourage more abductions and kidnappings. This regime will use that money for terrorism. In fact, John Kirby, the defense secretary spokesman, who's a complete liar, he can't even lie with a straight face. You might remember him during the Obama administration, same thing. He's a clown. Says, oh, we have earmarked it for humanitarian causes. Well, it just so happens the mullahs in Tehran already said, you're not going to tell us, the great Satan, how to use the money. So here you go. This is impeachable as well. And coupled with his recent trip to the G20, where he met with the communist Chinese and everybody else and appeased them. Of course, we understand why, because he took large bribes from communist China. He works for communist China, in effect. This guy is beyond the pale. So what we have is Kevin McCarthy announcing an impeachment inquiry. Gee, let's study this. Let's go to university and see how we do this. And let's drag it out and torture Biden till the very end, hoping that he decides to continue running for office, and hopefully we'll beat him in the 2024 presidential election. And what do we get then? Suppose President Trump isn't elected, and he's dealing with 4 criminal trials and 2 civil trials. What do we get? A rhino Republican in there that does little to nothing, as always happened in the past? In fact, the Republicans are the reason we got Biden. So this is where the American people stand right now. We have to do it for ourselves. We have to rise up. We have to be brave. We have to be courageous. We have to be fearless. We have to think about not just about ourselves, but our kids, grandchildren, and future generations. So go to freedomwatchusa.org. Join our Justice League. Contribute to us with tax-deductible contributions. We need to get bigger. We need more office space. We need more lawyers. We need more paralegals. We need more contract lawyers, as well as those working on our staff. We are your Justice Department, as I say frequently. Rise up, fellow Americans, before it's too late. But today was an exercise and a test, a litmus test of the worthlessness and corruption of this current government. And I'm talking both about Democrats and Republicans. God bless you. God save America. And remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. Thank you for listening to me. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast.